Hey guys, we're super excited to be here at the LA Fit Expo. It's our third year in a row. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs. And we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
I'm back. Hello again.
You're funny.
Like I said. Do you like my tail?
Welcome back to another installment of Iron Rage. I'm Dave Palumbo, joined as always by Lee Priest. Now I hear you're going to be, now that Chadwick Boseman has passed, unfortunately, a lot of very sad people. I loved him as Black Panther. I hear there's an opening, so I hear that you are now in contention for the new role of Black Panther. Is that true?
It's actually called, you never saw the cartoon Simba the White Lion?
Yeah.
That's me. I'm the White Lion. Simba, what a great cartoon. Yeah, Black Panther, you can't replace Black Panther, so White Lion is coming in.
I got you. You're gonna. What a sad story. I mean, here's a guy. I didn't even realize when I read his obituary. I didn't realize he was the guy who acted in the Jackie Robinson story. I don't know if you ever saw that movie. It was really good. Very well done. For those people who don't know Jackie Robinson, he was the first black man to play Major League Baseball, and he was so ostracized, and I mean it was horrendous what this guy had to go through to break that what they called the color barrier, and and after him obviously a lot of other guys followed, but he was the first. Could you
imagine him seeing pro sports now in America where it's probably predominantly black people?
Yeah.
He'd be like, what the hell?
Yeah. It's crazy. But the funny, well, there's no funny thing really about it, but Chadwick was really good in that. And then he obviously made, his name as Black Panther, which is really the first African-American or black, if you want to say, superhero, and I thought the movie was great. I know you are too. We're both Marvel and Avenger fans. So, nerds. Yeah, I mean, and I think they had planned some future movies, and the weird thing is that he was diagnosed and was being treated for cancer while he was making all these movies. It's amazing this guy was able to get to the set and no one knew. No one knew.
Yeah. No, it's funny because I watched him on, I think it could have been when 21 Bridges come out, or just after that. He was doing something else. He's in that, there's a movie on Netflix now he's in. It's about, the Five Blood or something. It's about like a Vietnam type thing, and they're going back to Vietnam to get some gold or treasure or something. It's on Netflix. I think it's called something Blood or something. You'll find it on Netflix, but right. I think it could have been his last movie. But I saw him on the Graham Norton show doing an interview, and I said to my wife, I said, God, he looks skinny, like he's lost a lot of weight. But I just figured maybe, some of these actors get into their role like
right.
Christian Bale in The Mechanic, where he lost a lot of weight just eating lettuce and
crazy.
Stuff. So I was thinking, okay, maybe he's just losing this weight, because when he stood up, he just looked so tiny. I'm thinking, I know movie stars are sort of smaller in person when you see him, but he just looked so thin. I'm thinking, maybe his next role, because, after seeing him in Black Panther, where he had a bit of size on him and stuff like that, he just gone, and I reckon too, he was going around helping lots of kids in cancer wards and stuff like that, but nobody knew about what he was going through. And then, I saw a couple of posts, this was a while ago, where they had pictures of him, the paparazzi follows people, has him coming out of places, taking photos of him, saying, oh, is he on drugs? Look at him, look how he looks.
Oh, were they really doing that? Yeah.
Those
guys must feel pretty bad now, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Little did they know they had cancer. That's what I get still. It's like the paparazzi. It's like, look, I understand. Look, if you're at a premiere of a movie, or you're somewhere doing something for a movie or stuff like that, okay, here's a picture. But in their private life, okay, maybe if you're walking down the street at a cafe, you're out there in public, get one. But, when they're with their families or on a holiday and they get photos like that, I think that should just be totally illegal, against the law. Where someone could have a place at Cape Cod and they're at the beach or in the front yard, and they've got helicopters flying over taking pictures of them sunbaking. If you or I did that, we'd be fucking arrested for stalking and taking photos. So
they have a different laws for public figures. It really is not fair, like you said. It's because it's.
No, like I said, I understand if it's something like I said, a promotion, or they're out doing something. Yes, but family time when you're with your kids or on a holiday, that's private time. That should be off limits to paparazzi, because to me, that's just fucking ridiculous. They need to have, you know, better laws for that type of shit. Yes, we might like to wonder what they do, but look, some of the time still when they're out, you'll see for stars that will say, look, okay, I'm out with my family, but here, 5 minutes, take some photos and then leave us alone. You know, that should be respected. Do it and then get out of there. But to hound them all day and follow them around, here he is there, or he's holding his wife's hand. At the end of the day, they're not holding hands. They must be fighting now. Look what's happening.
or how many people have been taking pictures of your biceps, like you said, at the gym? You know, is that an invasion of your privacy?
Well, I know that, but see,
you like that, though. You like that, yeah.
No, look, if anyone comes over at the gym, they always say, can I have a photo? I say, sure. But a couple of times I did catch people where I'd be training, I look over and they're like this. It's like, that pisses me off, because it's like, look, if you just come ask me, I'll do it. And then one time I was in the firehouse and there was these tourists over the other side, and I was eating with my friend Kurt, and I look over and they've got the video camera sitting on the table. I can see the red light on and they're filming me eating. I'm like, fucking hell. So then I just started getting my burger and chips. As I'm chewing it up, I'm spitting it out like, like I'm a fucking retard. So I probably got to say, look, we got a photo of Lee eating, having a stroke. So,
Lee's obese, and that's why he eats like that, right? You know. So.
But they try and sneak those pictures like that. The funniest one ever, though, that threw me off of my training partner, when I was squatting at Gold's.
Yeah.
And then World Gym. Sometimes the Japanese tourists always come in, they'd buy up heaps of World Gym tops.
Yeah.
So
Why do they resell the stuff?
I don't know what they do. I think they just loved it, because they'd go to Gold's and get bags of Gold's gym clothes, and you know, because they probably would back in their country. But yeah, I was doing squats once. I had about 6 or 7 plates going super heavy. I'm psyched up. I walked back, and my friend Mark's behind me, spotted him. I think I got a picture of him on about the 5-6 plate mark. I'll send it to you. Yeah. And then just as I'm about to squat, this Japanese guy just sort of stands in front of the camera and goes, click, and the flash goes.
You're lucky you didn't drop the bar, yeah.
Oh, fuck, because, you know, you just focus on doing the squat, then all of a sudden this camera comes, it's like, holy shit.
Yeah, you have a lot of fans.
It's like in the old days when those Valio belts come out, the Velcro belts.
Yeah.
And you put one of them on, you go for a heavy lift, and as you're going down, the belt goes.
Yeah, breaks open, yeah.
Oh, it's like, fuck.
It was the stupidest belt of all time. And what they did was they got Lee Labrada to sponsor it. Yeah. He was like the sponsored athlete. So everyone figured, well, if Lee's wearing the belt, which I'm sure he never wore the belt in the gym, if Lee wears the belt, then it must be good. But yeah, you put those belts on, they look great and they're comfortable as everything, but they don't do anything, you know.
Now, before Lee, Lee was probably, I don't really picture Lee squatting 5, 6, 7 plates. You know, probably around the 3 plate mark, 3.5. The belt was good just the whole gym. But anyway, when you got to a super heavy weight, you know, that's when it blew open. But then I think everybody started going to Cardillo belts, which were always the best belts, because they were sort of nice leather but soft. I remember, I think one year it was like at the Arnold Classic, he started doing the Superman one, and he gave me one. He goes, Lee, I did this for you. I said, thank you. So I got it, but then he made a lot of them. But I didn't know, because I was at the Arnold, and everyone's coming over to these Superman belts. Lee, can you sign this? I probably signed, God knows, 50, 60 Superman belts.
Right.
And then I bumped into him, he goes, Lee, I made some Superman belts. I'm like, yeah, I fucking know. I've been signing them all day.
You know, he made a Species belt for me, a Species nutrition belt. It was so awesome. And he sent me like 5 or 6 of them, and I did some contests and gave them away. People were like calling up the office. They wanted them. They were like, I'll pay anything. I'll give you $500 for one of those. I said, I don't have any left. They said, I gave them all away. I said, I did contests and everything. I'll pay it. I said, I don't have them. Go to Cardillo. He made them.
I'll have to get a new one. Cardillo, if you're listening, I need a new belt for my comeback.
Yeah.
It's like, but the thing like that, I just like is that soft leather too, and it's like, it's the perfect size. I have friends that wear those, you know, those big fucking super thick powerlifting type belts.
Oh, I hate those. They dig into your sides, right?
It's like they cut into your ribs.
Yeah.
And even trying to put it on, it's like trying to put on a fucking, like it's been in the freezer.
Well, they're made for fat guys. That you have to have a layer of fat on you. If you have no fat protecting your midsection, you're gonna break your ribs with those things, you know.
I had friends who would wear a belt doing leg press. I'm like, how the hell do you wear a belt doing leg press?
I know, you don't even need a belt when you're doing leg press.
It's like my stomach was bad enough when my legs hit my guts. I was like, especially when I was bulked up. It's like
I could not use those powerlifting belts. Someone was going to lend it to me once. I couldn't do a set. I was in more pain from my stomach than from the actual set of squats.
Like I said, the worst thing is trying to put it on. It'd be like trying to put a cock ring on when you're already hard. It just doesn't fucking work.
I never thought of that analogy. You know, the thing is also, I think people don't realize you don't need a very thick belt when you're doing, you need it thick around your back, but around the front it should be narrow so it doesn't cut into your abdominals, you know.
Yeah. A lot of times, I never put it on super tight because I think as long as I just felt that tiny bit of pressure, it was more psychological thinking, okay, I could feel, like, you know, when I started squatting heavy, when you walk back sometimes, when I get back, my hips would sort of just go like this. So it's just to hold them. I mean, it's like even if someone spotted me, if they just put their hands on my side, didn't lift, but just feeling that secure.
Sure.
It's like, you know, sometimes, you know, a couple of times when Steve Blackman spotted me, he sort of wrapped his arms around me.
He hugged you, huh? He gave you a little bear hug.
It was very off-putting when I was on my 6th rep and he's sort of blowing in my ear and I'm trying to squat. And then I'm like, oh, what's that? I said, what's that, Steve? He goes, Lee, I'm just going to put this here. I'll keep your back straight. He said he had this special rod that he puts inside and it keeps your back straight. It's like, you know,
oh my God.
He said you can do squats and work your glutes. He's like, just squeeze your back. Right?
Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze.
I was only going for 6 reps. The fucker made me do 100. He kept saying, I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
Hold on. You know, I found a good picture of you. Tyler, I emailed you the other day. If you can look in your email.
And I was just doing these steady reps like this, and Steve's like, faster. I can't go any faster.
Watch this picture.
My squat.
I don't know if you can you see the picture we put up?
No, I can't see it yet. What is
Hold
it?
on, he hasn't put it up yet. I found someone sent me a picture. Let me put it up on screen, then I'll tell you what it is. You'll know what it is. You don't need to see it, but you see the email? I kind of forwarded it to you probably over the weekend.
Not that one from Pornhub.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, let me give her all these Pornhub tabs.
Yeah.
You know, I actually Googled this once, Lee Priest naked. I thought, what? I said, there's no pictures of me naked, but there's like his porn site. So I actually had to subscribe to this porn site for like a month for $9.99 to see these pictures. And I wasn't even naked. It was like,
posing pictures?
Yeah. Because I'm thinking, well, I want to see it in case someone did get
well,
something.
If you did subscribe for $9.99, what did you check out anything else?
Oh, yes. I saw someone with grapefruit, but I don't know.
We're going to put the picture up. Hold on.
I think there were
other
bodybuilders on there. There was like Rodney St. Cloud, and there was a few other bodybuilders.
I'm sure. The picture is, there's a picture of you, and there's a picture of Nasser playing golf. Do you remember this picture, this photo shoot you did? You look like you weigh 300 pounds in this picture.
I'd have to see it. I can't see it.
You don't know? You are wearing a red shirt with like short golf shorts. You have
like a proper polo shirt.
Polo shirt, yeah.
Oh, that could have been when we did a golf charity tournament. Bob Ciccarello, Nasser, myself, Adela, Kathy was there.
You don't even look like yourself. You seriously, you look like you're probably like 200-300 pounds here. I mean,
my hair's cut like this.
Yes, exactly like that, with a little frosting right in the front, just like Steve does to his mustache.
That ain't frosting, mate. That's leftover.
Your calves are all syntholed up, you know. All right, let's get on a serious subject here, because Chadwick Boseman died of colon cancer. When they discovered it, he was in stage 3 cancer already, which is metastasized cancer, which means the cancer has spread. Very hard to control that and get over that. And so the take-home message is, guys, you got to get your colonoscopies. Now, I have a colonoscopy scheduled for I think it's the 25th of this month. It's on a Friday. And
are you going to video it?
I don't know. I don't think anyone wants to really see it.
Tyler, see if Tyler can find to go along with this video in the Lee Priest Bodybuilders reality they did for 2 years.
I think that the more interesting part of it is the preparation for it, because I think starting 12 hours before, you got to start drinking all these solutions that make you poop your brains out, to clean yourself out.
What's that? shit, when I went for mine colonoscopy, Steve just said, bring the lube. That was all I could take. What were you drinking? I know I had to drink this.
I've never had one. I've never had a custom colonoscopy from a
Steve told me to bring
from an expert like Steve.
Yes, well, Steve said, here, Lee, just drink this special Jesus juice. And I drank that, and I felt a little bit dizzy.
He slipped your roofie, huh?
The rest was a blur. But going back to this video, if Tyler can find it, I went to had one of those colonics, you know, where they clean you out?
Yeah.
And they pump all the water in and stuff like that.
Tony Freeman loves those, yeah.
Well, this was just for the bodybuilders rally, for something different to add, so the fans could see. So I filmed it all, and you can see the stuff going down the tube, and I'm like, see, this is just to show my fans I'm not full of shit. So I was just filming it all. But here's the funny story here. The nurse was pretty funny. She had a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
And as we're filming it, my friend's filming, and she puts it in like that. I said, so you get these off? And she goes, oh, yes, I love them. She goes, I get at least 2 or 3 a week. I said, oh, so you must like anal sex. And I swear when I said that, she jammed that fucking thing up a little bit harder.
She perforated his colon after he said that, yeah. He needed a reparative surgery afterwards.
It's the weirdest feeling because they just fill you so much water in your...
I had one. It's very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable.
Oh, you feel like you got to go. And then when you go, it all comes out. But then even when you're finally done, for like 4 or 5 hours later, I was still sitting down pissing out of my ass because there must have been so much water left up there still. It was funny.
They should have, they found out that you really were full of, crap.
I wasn't actually. I saw like a little fucking Matchbox car go by. I'm like, I wondered where that went.
But I had a colonic. Did you find that like some weird looking stuff came out of you, like strange looking, odd, poops? Because everyone knows their own poops. Some of the stuff that came out of me wasn't the normal, Dave Palumbo poops that I was normally.
It's probably been wedged up there. But apart from G.I. Joe, the Matchbox car I was looking for, a couple of other little trinkets, party beads and stuff like that. Couple of used rubbers, I don't know, but
You know what? I never did fiber when I was doing the colonic. This was back in the 90s. So then I discovered fiber, and I said, you know what? I don't need to do a colonic. I could do it from the other end, and fiber's a lot easier to use than colonic. Some people like them. I found it very uncomfortable. I didn't really enjoy it.
I didn't. Like I said, I'd rather do it the natural way, like you said, eating fiber or taking some type of fiber
supplement.
Supplement that. The good thing with those is I normally just take Metamucil here sometimes and just drink that before I go to bed at night and stuff. But I have friends that take it in the morning. I said, how do you take Metamucil in the morning? I said, say you're out shopping and all of a sudden your stomach starts gurgling and you got to go. If you got to go, you got to go. It's like
you got to do what Valentina does. You got to put the toilet paper roll in your sock, and you kind of carry that around at all times, just in case.
I remember that time you talked about the story on the highway. We had to pull over with the toilet paper in the back seat. But as you're saying, though, men do need to get checked up more because this is what annoys me. It doesn't really annoy me, but I don't know what it's like in America. But here in Australia, even with men's sport, whether it be rugby here, cricket, every time there's a cricket on, there's like a National Pink Day, and it's the male sports, but all we promote is breast cancer and cervical cancer and all these women cancers. When I'm like, men have just as many cancers too, but yet emphasis is always put on the women's cancers, and even breast cancer, as bad as it is. It's not the number one killing cancer. I guess it's the number one cancer that makes women feel bad if they lose a tit or something. But, there's other cancers out there that are worse. It's like, women, keep your cancers for your own sport. It's like even commercials on TV. Men get problems down there, but all we got to see is, these Vassengil fucking ads, the fucking douche and shit. Or we got to see these ads for, use your Libra pads. It has wings, wraps around your hands.
You know what they tell? You know what they tell men, older men with prostate cancer? Leave it. They're like, you're gonna die anyway. Just leave it. It's a slow-growing cancer. Sometimes they don't even operate on these guys.
But every commercial on TV is about women's problems with their vaginal itches, with their periods. What tampons are best. These ultra-absorbent pads you can wear. It's like, what about men? Men might have jock itch. Men might have a discharge down there. How about put some commercials on for them? But even the cancer ads, there's testicular cancer. There's a lot of men get bowel cancer and stuff like that, but it's always women's cancer because women this and women that.
Well, the take home message is, whether you're male or female, is you got to get your colonoscopies. I'm 52. I should have gotten one earlier. Now, I don't have colon cancer in my family, although there are other cancers. But I put it off, and so I'm going to get it done. And it's ironic because I had it scheduled already before I even found out about Chadwick Boseman. But I highly recommend that everyone, if you're over the age, I think of, 50 years old, or if you have a family history of it, you should get it at 40 years old. Go get one. It's peace of mind. This way, if you got some polyps growing in there, because a lot of people will have benign polyps. They'll clip them out, they remove them when they go in there, and then you don't have to worry about them turning into cancer or anything like that. So that's...
what? How dare you say that? If I remove my polyps, that's Steve's ribbing on the inside.
All right.
He likes...
Gross.
No, the take-home message is, from the Vassengil ads, from the period ads, and all these other things that women have, the take-home message is, they got a lot of fucking issues down there. That's my take-home message. And they got a lot of issues up here too, but that's women.
You're really getting us in a lot of trouble now. You know that, right? All the women are going to hate us now. Luckily, none of the women listen to our show. That's the only advantage we got.
Do you mean when this video goes up on YouTube, we won't have Libra as a sponsoring ad coming on halfway through?
Yes, Mass and Gill had called me up last week. They wanted to sponsor the show, and now you blew it for us. So
all you can do is, all I like to say is, remember, women, do your breast checks. Check for lumps. Men, do the same down here. Check for lumps. Have a squeeze. And if Steve's around, he'll check for lumps up there.
I'm Dave Palumbo with another installment of Iron Rage.